George W. Bush had to divest interest in the Texas Rangers baseball team to avoid a conflict of interest. Trump promises to champion crypto on day one to advocate for a strategic crypto reserve. And then he proceeds to release on day zero and on day one two of the shittiest of all shitcoins in all of shitcoin land onto the public. And what did the public do? They celebrated it. I put out a video right away a couple of days ago telling you that this is going to be terrible for crypto. This is a Trojan horse in the Trojan War, and folks are naively celebrating their own altcoin demise. I wish this was nothing more than a mythological analogy, but unfortunately, it's real life. Do you understand how many hours I spent over the past couple of years convincing my friends, relatives, anyone that would listen about the utility aspect of crypto? I wanted to illustrate and to explain to them the credibility, the legitimacy aspect of cryptocurrencies. I'm not just talking about Bitcoin. I was not just a strict Bitcoin maximalist. I would talk to them about Ethereum. I would talk to them about XRP. Back in the day, I used to be a huge supporter of Cardano. Not so much anymore. I'll make a video about that during a different time. But I want to talk about the way that Trump just destroyed his credibility in the space. It created a huge conflict of interest. How is he going to push for sensible regulation? Let me ask you a question. This strategic crypto reserve, is it also going to include the Trump coin and the Melania coin? Is this nothing more than scamming your own supporters? 20% of Trump coin were released onto the public. Another 80% are going to be diluting the price over the next 36 months. It is clear it's going to be very close to $0 or even non-existent in just about a year or two. Also, you have to realize the people that were a part of the project, created the project, the people that heard about it first, they made all the money. They're going to be long gone within a week's time. Mark my word. Trump coin, Melania coin, some of these other shitcoins that are inevitably going to be released is terrible. Terrible for crypto. It's showing crypto to be nothing more than a silly casino. It's making a circus out of the whole thing. It's basically a lottery ticket, a roll of the dice, something that if I was a regulator, if I was part of the SEC, I'd say, guys, look at this. This needs to be regulated. And before, you can try to make arguments for it. Now, Bitcoin, sure, decentralized, not exactly a security. But now you look at something like XRP. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Trump coin, Melania coin, and the rug pulls that are inevitably coming, if they haven't already occurred by the time this video is released, do you think that helps the XRP SEC case? Do you think that helps Ripple and XRP, or do you think it hurts it? So I sat there, I meditated on it, I thought about it deeply, and I realized that the original thesis and the original conviction that I had for why I went so incredibly heavy into XRP, I was so hopeful that this new administration is going to be pro-crypto, that they will advocate on behalf of Ripple, that they will go ahead, stick to their word, and take it seriously. And what did they do? They turned it into a farce on day zero and day one. So I had to actually sit down with myself and rework how much I'm comfortable to have as an investment in XRP. And I've always promised to be transparent with you guys. I think I'm the only YouTuber that covers XRP that actually has shown my position in like every other video. And I've been accumulating since. I had almost 14,000 XRP, and I'll tell you that as of today, I've sold off approximately 1/3 of my position. Some of that went into Bitcoin, but the majority of it, I'm just sitting on the sidelines and I'm going to see how this all plays out. But I am not comfortable holding such a large position in XRP due to the way that this has all popped off. I have a feeling that this can be the start of a really big rut for crypto, a temporary one. I'll tell you who this does help: Bitcoin maximalists. Bitcoin maximalists are looking at this situation and they are chuckling. They're giving you a huge, big, fat "I told you so," because Bitcoin maximalists always argue that every other crypto, every altcoin, it's just taking attention away from what Bitcoin actually is. And one day the world will be ready to embrace Bitcoin, its utility, and Bitcoin is the ultimate crypto, and everything else is just a farce and a distraction and a shell. Bitcoin's the real deal, and everything else is not. Now, I own several other cryptos and I will continue to hold. I'm not saying I'm pulling everything out, but honestly, I've championed XRP. I've talked about it a lot over the past couple of months. I've spoken about crypto and created tutorials for the past 4 to 5 years. You can find them sprinkled throughout my channel, and I'm really upset. In all honesty, politics aside, I'm kind of devastated by this because I wish that Trump came in and literally on day 1 or day 2 or day 3 or whatever, he just said something serious about crypto, a way for the public to take it seriously. That, hey, this is something that America and other governments should be heavily investing in. We're going to seriously take a look at all of the regulation, and are we actually suffocating some of these American companies that are working on these cryptocurrency projects that have a lot of utility. There's a lot of great use cases for it, and we're actually passionate about integrating these use cases to streamline operations, to make things a lot more efficient, to make things cheaper for the public, transaction wise, to go ahead and support American companies, developers, and champion crypto. He could have been that guy. That would have been amazing for the market. Everyone would have loved it. And that is what he went around conferences and campaigned about. That was his promise. He didn't go to these Bitcoin and crypto conferences and say, on day 1, I will release a meme coin, and then inevitably people, my supporters and the naive, will lose a tremendous amount of money, and I will line my pockets and I will line the pockets of all those that were a part of the project, and maybe some lucky retail folks that saw my tweet the second it was released. They will also be rewarded. But the rest of you, you're going to get screwed. Oh, and by the way, after my project fails, well, I'll put out a Melania coin. Maybe I'll put out a Barron coin, Eric Trump Jr. coin. We'll just keep going down the list. This is going to open up the floodgates for so many more scam coins to come out onto the crypto markets, and it's going to hurt the real projects out there. Now, I totally understand I might be going a little bit too hard in the paint. I might be a little bit too harsh about the situation and what's actually occurring. Maybe it'll actually turn out to be all right, and no one will even talk or remember this in a couple of months, and then crypto will be taken seriously, and maybe even Trump, Elon Musk, all the people around him, they will go ahead and champion and get behind crypto the right way. But as history has shown, when individuals start being the face of crypto and start saying, hey, we're going to take crypto here and we're going to do this and that, they usually end up disappointing the crypto community. We've seen it time and time again. I can only think of a handful of examples where that hasn't occurred. But personally, I just want to say, I don't think there's anything wrong in a bull market like this to take a certain amount of your crypto and lock in profits, especially if your thesis changes. You have to understand why you're invested in something, and you have to have a plan, and you have to stick to the plan. You can't just blindly trust. You can't just blindly go along with everything. Not everything could just be colored in an optimistic paintbrush, and everything is just hoorah, and don't worry about this, hodl, everything's going to the moon. We're all going to be billionaires. No one's going to pull out. Don't worry. Everyone that's in crypto is going to be a billionaire, a quadzillionaire, and then we're all going to celebrate on the moon when Elon Musk ships us over there in one of his SpaceX rockets that you'll have to pay in Melania coin to get, a front row seat or VIP seats on. You have to be okay at tweaking your strategy and your convictions, your perspective on things, and your game plan for your investments in crypto as new situations arise, as new news comes out. So personally, I'm still extremely bullish on a lot of projects, including XRP. I'm just not as bullish on XRP as I was prior to these shitcoins being released. However, as far as Bitcoin goes, I might be more bullish than ever. That is why even at these extravagant prices, I went ahead and put some of the profits that I locked in through my recent XRP trade by sliding out a third. I made a healthy profit. I actually slid some of that into Bitcoin. And like I said, the rest I will keep on the side. And I'm okay doing so because honestly, I get it. Oh my God, you're going to take out crypto in order to go ahead and hold fiat? Good luck, buddy. Yeah, but at the same time, if you've been in the crypto game long enough, you know that everything doesn't just go to the moon and it doesn't go sky high for a very long time. And don't listen to anyone. Do your research and be okay with sometimes locking in profits. If there's someone telling you that you're an absolute wuss, that it's so wrong, that you are paper hands, that you are just not strong-minded because you're selling a little bit and locking in profits, those are likely the people that do not make a profit on the regular. With that being said, you have to do what's best for you. Like I always say, please don't just watch your crypto portfolios. Keep an eye on your mental health. Crypto is a crazy, crazy game. It's a wild, wild ride. And you have to have a lot of patience and you have to have a strong stomach to be involved in this crypto game. But I'm telling you, as someone who's been in crypto for a very long time, there are a lot of opportunities there to make a ton of money. And throughout the process, you will learn a lot, not just about crypto, but about yourself, about your strengths, your weaknesses as a trader, as a holder, and it will test your belief system from time to time. Who knows? I might be wrong. XRP might go to $10, $20, $25, and you guys will come back here and make fun of me for selling out a third of my XRP position and completely missing out on those profits. And if that happens, I deserve it. Come back here, rip me apart. In the meantime, though, do your research, do your due diligence, and please get a good night of sleep. Make sure that none of this is messing with your sleep. With that being said, I appreciate all of you who stuck around for the majority of this video. Many more educational content on crypto coming up next. Definitely drop in the comment section if you wish for me to cover a topic that you would love to know more about, or a cryptocurrency project that you're curious about or thinking of investing in and you want me to do a deep dive. I've done a lot of those over the past half year. Take a look at the channel, tell your friends about me. I'll see you in the next one.